Easter production entitled Eyewitness, the story of a promise kept. So at this time, we will bring to you our cast. Let's give them a hand as they come forward.
We must hurry and get indoors. We have just come from our aunt's house getting some bread for the disciples. You know, the followers of Jesus.
With all the chaos and excitement, the market's closed early today, and we needed some food. What's all the excitement about? Haven't you heard? The man they called Jesus was crucified a couple of days ago. Our mother wouldn't let us go, just as so many others did, even our brother.
We had met him, Jesus, just the other day. He had come to town, and boy, let me tell you, seeing him was a sight. We touched his hand as he passed, and he looked at us and smiled. I've never felt like that before in my life. And we knew, somehow, we just knew that he was the Messiah.
The one our scriptures promised would be sent by God to rescue us. People were waving palm branches and shouting, "Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna!"
We had heard of all the amazing things he had done, like healing the sick and the blind and teaching thousands of people. The Jewish leaders didn't like what Jesus had done or said. The priests were afraid that he would come and take over. So they had Jesus arrested and put on trial. Can y'all believe that? And then they sentenced him to death. When Jesus died, the sky turned black, even though it was the middle of the day.
Jesus had followers, or disciples, 12 of them. They're waiting for us to bring them their supper now. We should go, and you should too. The Jewish leaders are looking for anyone who are followers of Jesus. Shalom, peace be with you.
We should probably gather all our belongings and try to make our way out of the city.
No, it's still not safe. Governor Policeman will be on the lookout for anyone who will see Jesus.
Let them come.
Things calm down.
Let them come. I'm not afraid. It's better than sitting around here waiting for nothing.
Down what Jesus said. John, so what I saw out there? Jesus is not coming back.
Who's there?
It's Rebecca and Hannah. We brought food.
Did anyone follow you?
No, I don't think so. Well, we did see someone on the street, but they didn't look like they meant any harm. They didn't even know what happened to them.
Foolish girl. Could have got us all in trouble.
I'm sorry. We just thought.
It's all right. There's no harm done. You should all just calm down.
Do you know that you can trust us? Do you really know that?
What's bothering you?
Well, I guess I can't believe that he's gone. I wish none of this had happened.
I know, brother. I think we all miss him.
We just need to be patient. It's only been 2 days. Although it seems like forever since I've talked to Jesus. Being cooped up with you all is enough to drive us all crazy. I'm tired of being patient. I wonder if anything different will happen today.
I doubt it.
Now, the disciples were hiding because they were afraid the Jewish leaders would find and arrest them for being followers of Jesus. They remembered what Jesus had told them, that he would be crucified on a cross.
But then he would come back to life after 3 days. After seeing him being beaten and then dying on the cross, they began to lose hope. How would y'all feel?
You know, for a carpenter, he should know how to fish.
You know, I saw this man once with the dancing fish. Turns out he had it strung up on the line, jerked it all around. But Jesus, wow, he didn't even have to get into the boats or fiddle with the nets. He just told us where to throw the line. I think that's what I miss the most. Being with Jesus out on the boat, in the lake, fishing, watching fish, eating fish, us and him, fishing.
Just sitting around, just listening to Jesus. I remember him for his miracles. What was that boy? What was his name? The one with the bread and the
Fish!
yeah, fish.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Jesus was out on the banks of the river and he was teaching and preaching to the multitude, and they started to get restless and hungry. And Jesus asked this boy if he could use his lunch to help feed the people. Yeah.
Thomas thought it was crazy.
He was great.
Well, yeah, it would have been a crazy thing. It would have taken bakers and fishermen baking bread and catching fish all week long to feed all those people. But as he started to break the bread, it seemed to be more and more and more. And we fed all of those people that were there.
There must have been thousands.
Yes, that was pretty amazing.
It was a lot of fish.
That was just amazing just doesn't seem to describe the things he did. It seemed like everywhere Jesus went, he was healing people of their sicknesses.
Or, you know, the lame, he made him walk. And the blind, he made him see.
Yeah. You know what I'll never forget? I remember when Jesus came and talked to that father, he had that little girl, and you know what? He was so sad. And you know what? He wasn't sure if Jesus was the Messiah, but he did believe that Jesus could work a miracle. And we all went to his house, but before we arrived, we got there, it was too late. Jesus died. Then what happened? Well, then what happened was Jesus talked to the parents, and he told them the little girl wasn't dead, she was just sleeping. Then everybody started laughing at Jesus. And then he just sent everyone away. He went into the room with the little girl, he took the parents with him, and then he began to pray with the little girl, and before you know it, she opened her eyes. And she looked at Jesus and said, she wanted some breakfast, some veggies.
Why did Jesus pray so quickly after that? Hey, you guys remember the time we were out on the boat and the storm blew up?
Was that the time when we was out at the Western Shores on the Sea of Galilee? Was it the river? What about the tornado?
No. Remember, we saw a figure coming at us at the water, on the water. Peter thought it was a ghost.
Hey, I was not the only one.
That's right. And as the figure got closer, we realized it was Jesus.
And he sure knew how to make it interesting.
We sure did. Jesus spoke, and the storm stopped. And then Peter thinks he can walk on water too.
I did walk on the water, you better hush. I could have gone longer than that, what you think?
Oh, wait, no, that's not.
You say Peter took it out of the master. You lost your faith. You should all remember our faith. Now more than ever.
My faith is strong. I dare any one of y'all question my Lord to the master, you're going to cut off next or something.
Seriously, God, you, Lord.
Peter, no one is questioning you. I believe you. At least you got off the boat.
You better talk.
No one of these ever dare try. Come on.
Why?
And Thomas, where were you? Weren't you down at the bow of the ship lying under the nets? And the rest of you, where were you? Even me?
But you know what? I feel as if I failed him. He told me that.
Told you what?
He told me that while in Jerusalem, I would deny knowing him.
You didn't. Oh, come on, Peter. Peter?
Yes! Yes! I did. Not once, but 3 times.
3 times?
No. Come on. I don't know what he was thinking of me. How could I do that to him?
Peter, don't lose heart. Remember, Jesus loved you.
Mary was Jesus' mother. She had been there when Jesus died on the cross. That night, she sat and remembered all the wonderful things Jesus had done. No one knew Jesus like Mary did. Before Jesus was born, an angel appeared to her, telling her that she was going to have a baby and that she was to name him Jesus.
From that moment on, she knew that her boy would be special, that somehow he would change the world. It was so hard for her to watch other people say such horrible things about Jesus. No mother wants to see her son ridiculed and hurt. That night, as she sat and remembered Jesus, she remembered him as her little boy.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would someday walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? And this child that you delivered would soon deliver you. Mary, did you know?
Mary also prayed that night. She prayed for her son and that God's will would be done.
Be quiet. I think someone's outside.
You there!
Yes. What is this all about?
We're looking for some men they call disciples of Jesus. Do you know where they are?
No, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about.
Stop right there. In the name of Caesar.
Sir, what is it?
Do you know the ones who follow Christ?
No, sir, but I just see the one they called Peter earlier in the day.
Where did you see him?
He was in the streets, in the marketplace. We don't know where he is now.
Are you telling the truth?
Yes, sir, please. I don't know anything more.
You know it's a crime against Rome to be harboring unwanted men. And I hope, for your sake, you are telling the truth.
And that goes for a lot of you. If any of you see these disciples of Jesus, you must immediately report them.
Shouldn't you two old ladies be inside anyway? You know there's a curfew on and you are breaking the law.
All right. I know, I get it. After all the commotion today, well, let me tell you something, dearie. We knew Jesus.
Well, we knew his mom.
Right. We knew his mother. Such a sweet girl. Always watching out and praying for her boy.
Yeah, I remember this one time.
Oh, the things he did when he grew up. He was such a sweet boy. Loved his mother.
I remember when he was just a boy. I could see it in his eyes that he was going to be something.
Yeah, he did a lot of miraculous things, that boy. Why don't you tell him about Laz? What was his name?
I remember this one time. Jesus praying. What was that boy's name? Lonnie, Larry, Leo, Leon. Thank you, baby.
Oh, right. Lazarus. Little Lazzy. He had a couple of sisters, Mary and Martha. Sweet girls. They were good housekeepers, too. I wonder why they're not married yet. I'll have to work on that. Anyway, good girls. We knew their mother, too. Oh, but Ruth, you tell them the story. You tell such great stories. She always tells great stories.
That's right. Jesus got very sad when his friend Lazarus died. And he went to where he was buried.
And when he went there, he was standing outside the grave, and everybody was wondering what he's gonna do. I did it again, didn't I, honey? Go ahead, you tell the story. You tell it much better than me.
You're done.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to hurry up though, because my planes are starting to kick in.
Right. So anyways, Jesus go to the tomb where his friend is buried, and he called him out. Lazarus! You know something?
He came forth, and I did it again, didn't I? Go ahead, honey, you tell the story.
So here comes Lazarus out of his tomb, and he's walking like this, because he's all wrapped up. And Jesus say, y'all better unwrap him, because he filed above his head. I'm not doing this again. Y'all know what he said, I'm just kidding. Y'all know what he said.
Jesus was with them.
I remember that time too. When they went out on the boat and they was going out on the water.
And a big storm blows up and I did it again, didn't I? I'm sorry. You go ahead and tell the story, honey.
Anyways, there was a big storm blowing up and the disciples was afraid that the boat was going to sink. So Jesus went out onto the edge of the boat. And you know what he did?
He stepped out on the water. He told that storm to cut it out. And he says, peace, peace, yeah.
I've seen Jesus do some mighty, amazing things. And when he said he's going to do something,
he's gonna do it.
when he said to the lion, get up and walk,
they get up and they walk.
when he said to the blind, open your eyes and see,
they open their eyes and they see.
and
gonna do it.
So you turn that frown upside down, because our Jesus lives.
That's right, Bill. You tell him our Jesus lives. But we gotta go now.
Pros.
Yeah. Plus, I think I ate some bad dates or something.
Dates? Date with who?
I didn't say date. I meant date as in the fruit. Jeez, Ruth, I can't take it no more. I mean, you're getting older, you can't hear good, you can't see good. I told you my prunes were kicking in. How you got?
Keep on living, baby. Just keep on living.
Soldiers gone yet?
Yes, Thomas, I believe they're gone.
This is too risky. We shouldn't be here. Jesus is gone. We should all get our stuff together and go somewhere and hide.
No! If they want to come, let them come and follow Jesus, meaning I must die and I'm ready to die.
You know, this break, man. Where's this break coming from? Calm down.
In the basket.
Calm down.
Quiet! All of you. We aren't going anywhere. We stay here and we wait.
Wait for what? Wait to die? Wait to be sent to prison? Death?
No, we wait for Jesus.
Like that. He's not here. He's not coming back either.
Sit and eat.
Let's say your Lord of the universe. Let's this bread begin us.
Early the next morning, Mary and Mary Magdalene, a woman whom Jesus had healed, were on their way to Jesus' tomb to prepare his body for burial. They ran back to the disciples to tell them what they had seen.
Wait, let me catch my breath. We're almost there.
Who's there?
It's me. Open the door, please.
They didn't use a secret knock.
If you don't use the secret knock, Peter's gonna go crazy.
Hey, don't use my name.
Just do the knock.
That's not it. It's one short one followed by two long ones.
Stubborn mule, out here! Mary, what's wrong?
He's alive!
What?
He's alive!
Who's alive?
Jesus, he's alive. He's alive. He's alive.
What are you talking about?
We went to the tomb to anoint Jesus' body, and when we got there, something amazing happened. There was a great earthquake, and an angel appeared. Two angels, that's right, two.
One and then the other.
Yes, but the second was more important.
Yes, the ground shook and the stone that covered the grave, it rolled away. They said, I know you're looking for Jesus, who was crucified, but he isn't here. He has rose from the dead, just as he said. And then the angel said, don't be afraid. We know that you're looking for him, but he's already gone.
And when we were on our way here to tell you, we saw him on the road. Yes, he's alive.
You saw him?
Yes.
You saw him with your own eyes?
Yes, it's true. He's alive.
Peter couldn't believe it. Was it true, just as Mary and Mary Magdalene had said? He ran to the grave to see for himself.
We ran all the way there. And if John tells you that he beat me, he's lying. You did not beat me. You're never back when you think about it. You're not back like that. Do you beat me like this? Brothers, the tomb. What did you see, Jesus? Oh, right. Well, like, he was wrapped up like something was in there, but really wasn't nothing in there. So, I don't know, he was gone. What part did you not get the first time? I don't know, but he gone.
The disciples talked about what might have happened to Jesus' body. They wanted to believe that Jesus had come back to life, just as he said he would. But sometimes it's really hard to have faith.
How do you think you would feel? The disciples were so excited. The news began to spread about Jesus disappearing from the tomb. That same day, 2 of Jesus' followers walked to the village of Emmaus, 7 miles outside of Jerusalem.
The men came to where the disciples had gathered to tell them what had happened.
Hey man, we were on our own good mess when we were really messed up about what happened to Jesus.
Yeah, we couldn't believe it.
Right. So we're walking along and this guy starts walking with us and we're just like,
right, and so we asked him why are you looking so messed up? And we asked him, have you been under a rock, man? Because Jesus, the man from Nazareth, has done righteous miracles, and he's the Son of God.
so we tell him that the body of Jesus is like missing, and we were like, what's up with that? Because the Marys, they said they saw the angel and they told them that he got ghosts.
He got what?
So we were like, oh man, you're so great. So by that time we got to our house and we were like, you want to hang out with us? We can grab something to eat.
So we sat down and he took the bread and he broke it and he blessed it and suddenly we just knew it was Jesus.
Yeah, so we were like, man?
And he was all, man.
And then we were like, man!
I don't know. What else is there?
And Jesus, he was alive when we saw him, we talked to him. I mean, it don't get no better than that.
Mary said they saw him on the road.
I'm telling you, he's alive. He is alive.
We know he's alive. Thomas don't. But I think
We don't believe that. We were Thomas.
We saw him.
but it's all right, because I think Rebecca and Hannah got something to say.
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.